Everyone, this is the first video on the concept of polynomials. In this video I will give you the introduction of the chapter, as well as I will tell you how to find the zeros of the polynomial using your geometrical method. So let's start our video. So the first concept we'll get here is the concept of the constant. So a constant is a fixed value. All the numbers, they are the constant, just like 2 3 5 7. The numbers, the value is not going to change, that's why they are the constant. Second thing, we having a variable. So variable is an unknown value which changes according to the situation. So variable are represented by the small alphabets like x, y, z, a, b, c. So they represent our variable. Variable means a value that is going to change, that is going to vary, that gives us the variable. Next we having the term. The term is basically the combination of the constant and the variable. So the combination of constant and variables give us the term. So term may be only constant, maybe only variable, or maybe the combination of the constant and the variable. So in this case we having on one terms, here we having the two terms. Next we having the polynomial. So algebraic expression in which power of variables is in the form of whole numbers is called the polynomial. So a polynomial is basically an algebraic expression in which the power of variable must be in the form of whole numbers. So if we take the example here power of variable is 2, a whole number. Here power is 1, again a whole number. So that's why this is a polynomial. Same here also, here power of variable is 1, here power of variable is 1. So again it is a polynomial. If you observe these three algebraic expression, these are not a polynomial, because here power is half, half is not a whole number. Here power is minus 2 again is not a whole number, and here power we get minus 1 by 2, which is again not a whole number. So all these three are just algebraic expression, but they are not the polynomial. Next we having the concept of zeros of a polynomial. So we are familiar with this concept as we have done this concept in class 9th also. So zeros are basically any numbers which gives 0 when we place them in the place of variable. So they are called the zeros of the polynomial. Means any number when we place in the place of variable, we solve it further and we get the answer 0, then that number is called the zeros of the polynomial. If we check the example here, suppose we having polynomial px equals to x minus 2. So if I place 2 in the place of the x here, after solving I am getting the answer 0. It means 2 here is the zeros of the polynomial. Same for the next example, 3x plus 3 is the polynomial. On placing minus 1 in the place of x, I get the answer 0. It means minus 1 is a 0 of the polynomial. So zeros is basically any number which when placed in place of the variable, and on further solving we get the answer 0. That number is called the 0 of the polynomial. So there are two ways to find the zeros. One is the graphical method, also known as the geometrical method. Other is the algebraic method. In this video we will discuss only about the graphical method. So in the graphical method we will get a graph which represents the polynomial. Means polynomial is already plotted in the graph according to class 10 syllabus. We just have to check one thing. If suppose polynomial is in the form of px, so in this case we have to check how many times your graph is touching the x-axis. For this case the graph is touching x-axis twice. So it means for this graph we having 2 zeros. For second example, it is also in the form of px. So in this case your graph touches the x-axis only once, so number of 0 here is 1. For this case your graph touches x-axis 1 2 3 thrice, it means number of 0 here is 3. For this case it is not touching x-axis, so number of zeros here is 0. So finding number of zeros graphically is very simple. We just have to check how many times your graph is touching the x-axis. For the polynomial px, suppose you get the polynomial py, then you have to check for the y-axis. So hope you are able to understand the concept. Thank you.